Hello everyone! In this video, I will share in detail a 5-day, 4-night itinerary in Hokkaido, the northern land of Japan. In this travel documentary, I will clearly talk about each destination, accommodation, ticket prices, food, and transportation, so you can plan your own trip without unexpected extra costs. I hope this helps you prepare for your trip more easily and realistically. Summary of 5-day itinerary in Hokkaido. Day 1. Arrive in Sapporo, Miso Ramen, and vibrant night streets. Day 2. Sea breeze at Cape Kamui, Yoichi whiskey and Otaru canal streets. Day 3. Furano, flower hills, sweet melons, and Biei countryside. Day 4. A relaxing day, cafe, beer museum, and Sapporo shopping street. Day 5. Foot bath in Jigokudani, Showa Shinzan Bears, and Toya Lake Sunset. Day 1. Arrive in Sapporo, Miso Ramen, and night streets. I departed from Tokyo Station at around 2 p.m. I booked my Shinkansen ticket online in advance, took the JR Tohoku Hokkaido line to Shin Hakodate Hokuto Station, then transferred to a local train to Sapporo, which took nearly 4 hours. From there, I switched to a local train to continue to Sapporo, which took about 3 more hours. The total travel time was about 7.5 hours. I didn't use a JR pass, so the Shinkansen ticket cost about $230–250 USD. When boarding the train, I chose a window seat. Before entering the car, I bought a bento box featuring Tohoku specialties, salted salmon rice, roe, and seaweed. The train was very quiet, with wide and clean seats. The farther north I went, the more the scenery changed noticeably. From crowded urban areas to cornfields, green forests, and scattered low houses. I arrived in Sapporo in the evening. When I stepped out of the station, it was already past 9:30 p.m., but the city wasn't empty. The streets still had many people, and some restaurants, bars, and convenience stores were still open. I wheeled my suitcase to Hotel Grasserie Sapporo, about a 7-minute walk from the station. This is a business hotel with a separate entrance located in the shopping area next to JR Tower. The room I booked that night cost about $95 USD per night, standard room, no breakfast. I checked in, left my stuff, then went out to find a place for dinner. I stopped by a small ramen shop near Susukino and ordered a miso ramen with extra butter, costing about $6–7 USD. The shop served quickly, offering free water and wet towels. After eating, I dropped by a nearby convenience store to buy a bottle of iced tea and some sweets. Back at the hotel, I took a hot shower and rested to start the journey to Cape Kamui the next day. Day 2. Cape Kamui, Yoichi, and Otaru. The weather was nice today, so I went to Cape Kamui early in the morning and planned to stop by Otaru City later. From the parking lot, I had to walk about 20 more minutes to reach the Cape, where the Kamui Lighthouse stands at the tip overlooking the sea. The path is a narrow trail running along the ridge with steep slopes down to the sea on both sides. The farther I walked out, the stronger the wind and the cloudier the sky became. Around me were wildflowers, sharp rock cliffs, and a clear blue sea. In the Ainu language, Kamui means God. Here, there are also large rocks considered images of gods in legends. On the left is Ebisu, the fisherman's god, and on the right is Daikoku, the god of wealth. So people believed this place was once sacred. There was even a time when women were forbidden to enter. Now anyone can come. I left Cape Kamui near noon and drove toward Yoichi, a small coastal town. On the way, I visited the Nikka Whiskey Yoichi distillery, called the Soul of Japanese Whiskey. The grounds are spacious, with many European-style red brick buildings, coal-fired stills still working, and a small museum telling stories about the father of Japanese whiskey, Masataka Taketsuru. Visitors can tour for free and sample a bit of original whiskey right at the distillery. The space is cool, with a faint scent of oak, malt, and burning coal. I continued to Otaru, a small canal city about an hour's drive from Sapporo. Arriving at the center, I immediately saw the famous canal lined with old brick buildings, trees on both sides, and a few horse-drawn carriages moving slowly for tourists. I walked along the canal and stopped by a small cafe. Nearby, there were many shops selling glassware, mostly handmade. I bought a small glass jar to store sea salt, light, beautiful, and a little keepsake of this place. Next, I went to see the famous steam clock in Otaru. This was a gift from Vancouver to the city, powered by steam, and every 15 minutes it chimes like Big Ben in London. Next to it is a souvenir shop with all kinds of music boxes. At the end of a long day, I went up to a high observation deck to look down at the whole Sapporo at sunset. The city lights started to come on, and the sky slowly turned light orange. Standing for a while, the wind got colder, so I went down to find a place for dinner. Near the hotel was a family-style diner where I ordered grilled mackerel, miso soup, and white rice. Simple, but comforting. After eating, I went back to the hotel, showered, and got things ready for the next day. I went to bed early to be ready to visit Furano and Biei the next day, places known as the land of flowers and melons. Hey you, where are you from? I'd love to know which city you're watching our video from. Please leave a comment so we don't feel alone. One small action, but it'll motivate us to make more videos. Thank you and love you so much. Day 3, the day of flowers and melons, Furano and Biei. Early in the morning I drove to Hinode Park, a small flower hill on a gentle slope. This place is quite quiet, little known, so there are almost no tourists. I came right in lavender season. A whole corner of the hill was purple, with a few wooden benches scattered around for visitors to rest. There's no entrance fee. You just need to park and walk along the trail. I just walked a few laps around the hill, strolled for a while. Then got back in the car to continue. Leaving Hinode, I stopped by Tomita Melon House, a place specializing in selling yubari melons, a famous specialty of Hokkaido. This area is like a farm combined with a shop, neat and easy to visit. I bought a melon to take home and also had a slice right there. The melon was sweet and refreshingly cool. They also have a melon and soft serve ice cream combo, eaten right at a wooden table outside, looking out over the fields. Since there was still plenty of time, I drove about 30 more minutes to Shikisai no Oka, a vast flower farm in Biei. This is where visitors often come to see colorful flower carpets stretching along the hillsides. You can rent a buggy to drive around the hill or walk along the flower rows. In summer, lavender, sunflowers, cosmos, and salvia cover the hills. Next, I drove through the rural roads of Biei, famous for its patchwork road scenery. Along the way, there are stops like the Lone Tree Hill, Love Hill, and various scenic spots scattered by the roadside. I drove slowly, stopped at a few places to take photos. The road was quite empty, with not many cars. Around 3 to 4 p.m., I started driving back to Sapporo. The trip took about 3 hours. The closer I got to the city, the busier the roads got, and the lights gradually came on. At night, I just walked around the Susukino area, the most famous dining and entertainment district in Sapporo. Then returned to the hotel to rest early. The next day I would spend exploring Sapporo, a big city full of good food and bustling shopping areas. Day 4. Relax in Sapporo. Food and sweet culture. Today I spent the whole day staying in Sapporo to relax and have fun. The weather wasn't too cold, and it took about 10 minutes to walk from the hotel to the shopping street. The roads were clean, and traffic wasn't too busy. I chose a small cafe right at the corner. The inside was pretty simple, just a few wooden tables facing the street. I ordered toast with butter and milk and a hot latte. After my morning coffee, I walked a few more streets, stopped by a shop selling small goods, bought a warm eye mask, the kind I often use when I have trouble sleeping due to stress. Wearing it warm and helps me sleep better. After wandering the streets, I stopped by the Sapporo Beer Museum, a pretty famous sightseeing spot. The museum is inside an old red brick building, displaying traditional brewing tools and the long-standing beer brewing process of the Sapporo brand. If you like, you can sign up for a tour to taste fresh beer on site and enjoy beers not sold in supermarkets. Leaving the museum, I walked to Odori Park, a long park in the middle of the city center. In summer, there are fountains, flower beds, and a few small ice cream trucks here. Locals sit reading books, walking dogs. The atmosphere is pleasant. Walking a bit further, I stopped by Tanuki-Koji Shopping Street, the famous covered shopping street in Sapporo. On both sides are shops selling clothes, souvenirs, and claw machines, costing about 1.5 USD per play. I tried playing a few times but didn't catch anything, just bought some more sweets to take back to the hotel to snack on. Day 5. Foot bath, Lake Toya, milky sweets. On the last day, I woke up early to get ready to drive to Shiraoi town. The road was quite easy with grass fields and pine forests on both sides, and sometimes a few dairy farms by the road. I stopped at a small rest area to buy a hot coffee, sat in the car to drink and wake up, then continued driving. Around noon, I reached Shiraoi. Before lunch, I stopped by Upapoi, the Ainu Museum and Cultural Village. This is the largest cultural center in Hokkaido dedicated to preserving and introducing the Ainu culture, the indigenous people of Hokkaido. The grounds are spacious with an exhibition area, short films, traditional stilt houses, and Ainu dance performances. I walked around the village, listened to Ainu instruments, and watched how they weave cloth and handcraft baskets. The whole place was quite peaceful, easy to understand more about the history of this land. After that, I dropped by a small eatery for lunch. This place is special because the cooks are elderly ladies who prepare everything like a homemade meal. Simple, but tasty. I ordered a chicken curry for about $7. The plate was simple, just white rice, a portion of tender chicken, and slightly spicy curry sauce. After the meal, I drove to Jigokudani, Hell Valley. The name sounds scary, but it's actually a volcanic area, steaming with a strong sulfur smell. The entrance fee is about 800 yen, 5.5. I walked along the wooden trail with red soil and steam rising on both sides. Nearby, I visited Showa Shinzan Bear Farm, a place that raises and preserves Hokkaido brown bears. The bear enclosures are designed to be close to nature, and visitors can feed the bears cookies or apples. Watching the bears stand on two legs, raising their paws for food, looked both amusing and still wild like the volcanic region itself. In the afternoon, I drove a bit further to Lake Toya. This lake is in a volcanic area, so the water is very clean, with the green Nakajima Island in the middle. I stood on the shore, watching the sunset, the water reflecting orange light, the breeze gentle. There weren't many tourists, so it was quite peaceful. Before it got completely dark, I took the Usuzan ropeway, a cable car up to the top of Mount Usu volcano. From the observation deck, looking down at Lake Toya and the surrounding volcanic range, the view was impressive. Wisps of steam still rose from the old crater, and in the distance was the calm lake surface, the sky gradually turning pink-purple as the sun set. I drove back to an area with a few small eateries. I chose a casual place, ordered omurish and an extra crab rice for about $7. Simple, but tasty. The place wasn't too crowded, so the service was quick. After eating, I stopped by a nearby counter to buy a hot latte and an extra Hokkaido milk roll, a specialty that almost everyone tries when coming here. I ate one right away and brought the rest back to the hotel. Back in my room, I took a hot shower, made a cup of tea, and finished the last piece of the milk roll. A whole day of moving around was tiring, but worth it. Soaking my feet in a hot spring, watching the sunset by the lake, then ending with sweet milky cake. Tomorrow, I will wake up early to get ready for the next leg of the journey. Hokkaido in summer is not noisy, not rushed, just a morning standing on a lavender hill in Furano, or a slice of sweet melon melting in your mouth in the cool air, is enough reason to come back again. I hope this travel documentary 7-day Hokkaido journey, from Sapporo's night streets to Furano's flower fields, gives you a clearer and more realistic picture of Japan's northern land, where you can drive through empty fields, soak your feet in hot springs surrounded by volcanic sulfur, or just sit quietly in Susukino's night streets, feeling no rush to go anywhere. If you find this video helpful, don't forget to hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you won't miss the next journeys. Real, clear trips, as close to actual experiences as possible.